I hate that this industry is kind of one that outside of a few companies, and specifically Bamboo on this one, but there has not been a lot of innovation until there becomes threat. I firmly believe that Prusa would have continued down the Mark III and the Mark IV platform and not gone to the Core One had there not been such a threat. Now, I could be wrong, right? The Core One could have been in development way before, and I didn't see it. I don't know about it. I'm clearly not privy to all that information, but it does feel like this renaissance age of 3D printing is because of the swift kick in the ass that we've seen in this industry from companies like Bamboo. Is Snapmaker going to be the swift kick in the ass that we need for tool changers for them to all of a sudden be taken seriously amongst consumers and amongst brands? Because like we look at the Snapmaker, where's the cooling? It's on the carriage. It's not on the tool head. This cooler on the XL is garbage. I hate it. It's so
Yeah.
bad. I'd rather have an XL than, no offense to E3D, but the E3D tool changer. That the E3D tool
Oh,
changer,
it's so bittersweet. It's
it
such a
is
good machine, and it flopped so badly. It had all the makings of a good printer. I don't want to be too mean, but I'm gonna be because there's no way to like
there's
sugarcoat it.
none of the support. It had none of the support
There
that
was
it
none
needed.
of the support, and it kind of missed the point.
Well,
Like it was a tool changer and it was great, but they marketed it really
as a
awkwardly.
motion platform, it is one of the most robust tool changing systems that I've ever seen and used, period. But it is also one of the most pain in the ass systems to work on because it is built like a Swiss watch. When it works, that the whole like tightening system of it is beautiful. But I think it was too early for its time, and I think it was marketed just vastly incorrectly. And that's kind of what we've
There's a
seen.
reason I see it always at universities. I never see it in the wild. It's always at university or research hubs. Like we've just had a military contractor come to us complaining about tool changers, and one of them is the E3D tool changer. And it's really awkward because they say it, and then the next sentence they say is how amazing it was when it worked.
Yeah, that's my experience with the tool changer as well. And unfortunately, this has been a bit of a history for E3D where E3D should, and I hate to say it, but they really should just stay in their lane of making hot ends and hot end parts, because the two times they tried to make 3D printers, it didn't go very well. You know, we have the big box, which no, it didn't work. It was a Kickstarter machine. It got funded, but it flopped. And the big box was a great idea. Again, I think it was a little too early for its time. The tool changer, very cool machine, was built with, well, not a budget in mind, I'll tell you that much. They used a lot of premium materials on that machine.
Yup. That machine was expensive to make.
It was. And
Way too
I don't
expensive
think
to
they made a
make.
lot of profit on that machine. But man, just to see it work, it's super cool. Like,
It did instantly become a classic of the industry.
Like you
Like,
see it now and it just kind of
it's
warms your
gorgeous.
heart. Like if an E3D tool changer came up locally for a decent price, I would buy it. Straight up, I would buy it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would not argue a dime. It is a cool system. But yeah, I think the tool changer was a little bit too early for its time. And E3D, I don't think was prepared to properly support such a system.
Yeah. I feel like they paved the way for everybody else, but didn't realize how screwed our country is for making machines. Like they have such genius intellect over at E3D, but I think this is actually part of the problem. They were too good at what they did,
They were.
where if you try to make a machine cheaper, you suddenly learn which corners you can cut, and it makes things easier. And because of that, and they didn't need to do it because they were focused on the best, the support became the crux. Whereas if they made it cheaper, maybe made it weaker, it probably would have been easier to support. Yeah.
The machine
Yeah, I
itself,
don't know.
though, it looks good, right? It's pretty, which, as far as tool changers go, I don't think that we've seen a pretty machine that is a tool changer, right? The
Yeah.
XL is engineering pretty, but it doesn't
It,
pass like that spousal approval factor. It's
the XL
too,
has a face only the engineers could love.
Yeah, you know what? That's pretty fair. Where and when you put the enclosure on it, it becomes this behemoth of a machine versus something like a Core One. The Snapmaker does kind of package that up better. And let's be fair. I mean, that is what China has just done better. They've just done this whole packaging of a machine better than anybody else. Ever since Bamboo hit, and they've shown that consumers not only care about like the way the machines function, but they care about the way they look. Everybody else has kind of gotten that, and I'm glad. Because while I like machines that only an engineer could love, those are fun because I have an engineering mindset. I don't care how they look. I just want them to function. Having them look good is actually a benefit as well. Like
Is it bad? I've started feeling like the nut and bolt kits that used to bring me joy now bring me sadness because the market has moved on and they just feel kind of just
well,
dead. Like they're just ancient.
I want a Prusa level experience when it comes to the manuals on these nut and bolt kits, and I know the Pro Forge does not offer that. And like that was my biggest, I think, issue with the Voron. And I like the Trident. I had such a hard time building it because the documentation is not great. And I recognize that the LDO kit has separate addendums and documentation as well. And that's not the easiest thing to follow. But the base Voron manual is just not good. It is enough if you know how to build the machines. It is not enough if it is your first time doing it. And like, I would love to see the option from a Voron, because Voron already has the manuals for people that are not first timers. But I'd love to see them have an option for, is this your first Voron? If the answer is yes, send them the first timer manual. If it's not, they don't need it. And if they want it, they can ask for it. I think that we've moved away from manuals that hold your hand. I like to have my hand held when I'm doing kit builds. Is a lot of that because I do it on camera and I don't want to mess up? Yes, absolutely. Most of it is because of that. But at the same time, if you're going to put together a kit build, you need to have a new person to this industry who has never built a 3D printer before build your kit without any input from you or someone else in the company, and that needs to be adequate enough. And if they can't do it, then you're not ready for the nut and bolt kit build market, in my personal opinion. And it's the same reason, like, I have an XL, not an XL, I have a Core 1 kit, nut and bolt Core 1 kit. I am not building it until we have a solution for the VFAs. Because if it is a hardware problem, and we need to replace hardware,
Don't want to build it and then strip it and then
I
build it
don't want to
again.
have to do that. But I want to wait until there is a full solution because otherwise I'm looking at an older machine and that's not all that fair. And companies that are that transparent, I believe, deserve that opportunity to allow that transparency to go through. Has Snapmaker ever done that? No. Proforge has done Kickstarters and they've had less than stellar communication on their Kickstarters. The main people that I see talk about Proforge don't generally have a lot of very terribly great things to say about it. It's like, yep, it works, but the company is difficult to work with and their documentation isn't great. Their backer communication wasn't great. And they're a smaller company. The company's Maker Tech, right? The company's all Maker
Yeah.
Tech.
So I've met the people at MakerTech. Lovely people. Like I helped them out at TCT 360
Oh, cool.
when they were setting their stall up and everything. They're lovely people. However, and I think this is like encompasses why there's so many difficulties. They are very small and this is going to sound weird. They don't have my mum being able to keep them on track at all times because
Your mother is good at that.
they are they are basically doing the same business case as we are doing. They are roughly the same size by the looks of it. It's like 2 or 3 people, and they are trying to do manufacturing overseas, logistics, import export, compliance question mark, and all of those sort of things by themselves, and they don't
It's
have the
harder than you
luxury of
think.
having, yeah,
Yeah.
they have realized the hard way how bloody difficult it is to do British-based manufacturing,
Fulfillment,
even though they're
period.
outsourcing to China.
No, fulfillment, period, is complicated. British manufacturing outside of these issues, a lot of these companies are full of engineers. They're not full of business people. They're full of people that can build one machine or two machines or 10
Mm.
machines. They're not full of people that can build 10,000 machines because as
And
soon
arguably, they're doing it more difficult because they're getting an external supplier to supply those stuff. They're not making them in-house and then shipping. They're doing arguably a smart decision to rely on the manufacturing size of a more established company in China to keep the prices down, which is good for the
but
people.
then they take the
But it
risk of
also means
quality.
the logistical cost grows because they now need to be on site. They need to be doing all of this. And
Yep.
expecting them to do that is, while expected, also kind of stupid
It
because
complicates things.
it complicates a lot of things. They are learning through trial by fire, and it is going to hurt until they've eventually grow to a size that they can really smooth the process out.
But
Is
last I
it going to be on the next
checked,
Kickstarter? I don't know,
yeah, last I checked, they're
but
going to
should be
Kickstarter
better.
again.
Yes.
And I don't currently see that we've solved the current problems that would say that going to Kickstarter again makes sense. It's like, have they just ran out of money and they need to do another Kickstarter to continue funding the work that they're doing? For those of you that are new to like Prusa and all of that, their entire transparency about their core one VFA issues has been tremendous. I have never seen transparency like that from any other manufacturer in this industry, period. Have we solved the other issues, right? Again, a mediocre machine with damn good support is a great machine. A great machine with bad support is a bad machine. And that's why it's why I continue to criticize Bambu, because their support is bad. Prusa's support is starting to fall. And I'm upset at it because Prusa's support has always been consistently good. And now it's really not. It's better than most. It's better than anyone's, in my personal opinion, still. But Prusa support, as they've grown, has lost a lot of its touch. It's still accessible, which is nice, but it's lost a lot of its touch. And I don't expect companies like Proforge or MakerTech or whomever, or Snapmaker even, to hit that level. But I expect them to not have the issues like Bambu has and had considerably worse back in the day. Understand that that after sales experience is one of the most important things for consumers. Certainly, if the U1 can solve a lot of the dumb problems the XL has, and currently it looks like it does, if it is going to be around half the price, which I assume it will be, I assume it's going to be, I'm thinking 2 grand retail, Kickstarter 1,500-1,600 bucks. They're claiming 32
Yeah.
millimeters cube per second on the hot end too,
That's a lot. That is a lot.
on a stainless steel nozzle.
Unless they're doing something high flow.
It's ABS at 300 Celsius.
Yeah, like there's no way you're actually doing, unless it
No,
is a 30 millimeter melt chamber with high flow, you're not getting those flow rates, just straight up.
I mean, it looks like they're solving some of the major issues that we see in the industry. Like they've got 8 gigs of eMMC storage, so you can store a file or two on it. That's nice. They've got auto loading. One of the pain points for me with the XL is loading the freaking filament into it because it takes a while. They've
It
got an
does.
auto system, input shaper. It can do the backup, so you do failover.
Yep.
They've got filament
Have you seen the app?
RFID.
They've got an app.
I won't use it, so I don't care.
I won't. It looks very similar to the Bamboo Handy. And on that, it also looks like they've got an Orca Slicer integration,
Yes.
which looks exactly like the Bamboo style webcam in the middle, moving bit on the right, and the AMS color choice up on one bit. It does look like they're building off the shoulders of Bambu Lab for a bit of it. And I'm not against that. I think it's kind of neat to see this unified push to have these features. I'm not going to use them, but people do. And it's nice to see that it's being trickled down into the rest of slicing tech.
God, I was trying to find their reservation system, and you know what? I hate it too. I'm gonna read exactly what's on the website, and you all can go ahead and tell me whether you love it or hate it. Step one, pay a $30 deposit now before Kickstarter launch. Secure your spot with a fully refundable $100 deposit. So is it a $30 deposit or a $100 deposit? Which one is it? Step two, save $250 plus on Kickstarter. Once Kickstarter launches, you back the U1 using the same email you used for your deposit. You'll unlock your $100 benefit and enjoy launch-only pricing worth $350 plus in total savings. Step three is get your full reward package after your Kickstarter order ships. You'll receive your $100 deposit refund once your Kickstarter order ships, which will be fulfilled in batches based on the order of payment. What kind of ridiculous step system is that?
It it seems like a scam the way that there's so many steps.
What kind of weird fundraising system is this?
The worst thing is I've seen this before. I have seen this
Oh,
before
yeah, and it
from a
works.
couple of Chinese Kickstarters,
The Yuffie
and
make
it
had it.
works.
Yuffie make had it.
But I hate it. I hate it to bits. Like,
We can hate it all we want.
it's
It
so
works. That's what matters.
convoluted. And look, just let me buy a thing. I don't want to jump through 16 hoops, get a refund to get a discount on another thing that is not even released yet. Like, I'm going to give it to them. It's genius. Imagine being able to sell you a pre-order for your pre-order. Like, we're one step away from going down the Japanese route of selling lottery tickets to get the ability to buy your concert ticket. Damn, I should do that. Concert 2, let's do it. Gacha system. We can have a little tombola. The little ball comes out. You go like, number 15 has the opportunity to buy the printer now.
But what are you, Ferrari? Where you have to buy all these other Ferraris for the opportunity to get to get an allocation? Look, I get it. It's a method of raising money. I don't have to agree with it, and I think that it is deliberately convoluted because I'm not certain if it's a $30 deposit or a $100 deposit. And well, here's the fun thing, that refund's going to be well after 90 days after you've put in the money. So
Yeah.
how does that refund occur?
That is the shadiest bit. Like, I don't understand how that works under EU law because
I don't think it does.
it's weird. It's shady. A refund has legal protection.
Yeah.
You buy a thing, you don't get it within
They've
time,
called it
you
a
lose
refund,
the
too.
ability to get a refund. Like, if you wait too long, they are legally within their right to go, no, screw you, it's outside of this time window. That's it. It's not a refund. It's a rebate,
Yeah.
if that. But using the terminology of refund is problematic. I don't think that will fly in a European court of law.
I don't think people are going
I
to care if
Don't think anyone's going to care.
they're not. And if they're able to use this system to get a better pricing structure for the consumer, then the consumer doesn't care. Right? Like, that's ultimately what matters.